Once you have all of your props, sit up tall, close your eyes. Pet your dogs, pet your cats. Connect to your breath. Let it be like a door that you're opening more often. This moment you close your eyes and you start to go in. Let it become this door, not just to looking inside, but to making your life better. Because the moment you start to look inside, you can see what's really running the show. You can always audit what's going on inside that's driving all of the show. So today, right now, get a sense in this moment of who you might like to be a year from now. Doesn't need to be a fully fleshed out picture, but you can even just get a vision of one area of your life, one thing that you've achieved that you would feel great about. Connect to that. Now connect to what might you need to do in order to become like that person. Because that version of you takes different actions than you do now. So in your intuitive mind, connect to what is done differently to get you there that is not happening here. Now feel into what is happening on the inside of that action. So as an example, say you want to go to the gym more. Well, on the inside, before that moment you decide to go to the gym, there's a spark of either determination or motivation or excitement about going to the gym. There has to be some inside job for any action to be taken. So what is the inside job for becoming this person you're becoming? Whatever it is, make a commitment in this practice to start to do that now. So in this moment, start to breathe in such a way that you feel like you can amp up that feeling, you can amp up that sensation. Notice where in your body that sensation is most present. And throughout the rest of the practice, feed that part of you with your breath. Go ahead and open up your eyes. Straighten out left leg, right foot in by the groin. Left hand down on the floor, right hand reaches back into neck release. Your left ear reaches towards left shoulder. Here in this pose, connect immediately to breathing into that spot you just connected with. Inhale and feel for lifting up the left side of the ribs. Exhale, feel for pressing the left hamstring towards the floor. Then inhale, rotate the left lower abdomen to face more the right knee. And exhale, relax your neck. Chest opener, right hand reaches straight up. Moves a few inches towards the right hip, and then bend, slight bend in the elbow, start to reach the arm back. Here in this pose where you have a chance to start opening up your chest, feel for how you can amp up that sensation of the person you're becoming. And feed that into your chest and your heart space. Arm alongside ear. Go ahead and reach the right arm alongside the right ear. Activate left foot. Exhale, reach out through the right arm to activate the right armpit, right shoulder. Forward bend, hands down onto the floor. Inhale, keep your chest tall. Exhale, activate the left foot. This time, reach the toes forwards. Inhale and feel for the back of your solar plexus. Exhale, hug your belly muscles towards your spine. Keep your belly muscles hugged in, and then inhale, expand the back of your solar plexus. Bring your torso back up. Bring your legs into a straddle. Walk your hands out front. Inhale, keep your torso tall. Keep your neck long and in the same line as your spine. Exhale, relax the shoulders away from your ears. Just come out of the pose, bring your hands back behind you, and then bring the left foot in towards the groin. Right hand down on the ground by the calf. Neck release, reach the left hand back. Imagine there's a hand on your left upper side of chest that lifts you up and helps your left shoulder rotate back. And then imagine there's a hand on the right side of your face holding the right side of your face to relax to the right. Chest opener, left arm straight up. If you have a little more space to slide deeper, you can. Move the left hand a little closer towards left hip, then bend the elbow slightly. Start to bring the left elbow back behind you. Imagine now that the hand that is on your shoulder is in the center of your chest. And from the center of your chest, you lift up and then rotate the chest towards the left. Active left hand. Arm alongside ear. Reach the bicep close to left ear. Inhale, imagine the left side of your ribs was like a bow. Arch it. Exhale, straighten more through the left wrist. Activate the fingertips. Reach out from the armpit. Forward bend, hands down onto the floor. Keep your chest up tall. Inhale, glide your rib cage up. Exhale, hug your ribs in. Inhale, imagine your collarbones could lift up. And exhale, press the back of the right leg towards the floor. Come out of the pose, straighten out the left leg. Come into straddle, and then hands forward. Feel for connecting to the sensations in your hamstrings and sending deep breaths down into your hips so that your hamstrings know that they have your support. And press your hands into the floor, bring your torso on up. Time to lay on your back, but this time come straight into bridge. So go ahead and place feet on the floor, lay on the back, and then you'll lift the hips up. And give me a second. I'll be right back. Okay, here in bridge, with hips up, feel for pressing your heels into the floor, and then it's like you're dragging your heels towards your shoulders. This helps activate your hamstrings. Only pull your heels towards your shoulders as much as feels good for your knees and as much as feels good still for the hamstrings. At the same time, press down a little bit more now through the ball of the foot while you continue to slide the whole foot towards shoulders. Like you're gripping the floor and pulling it towards you with feet. Bridge one leg up. Bring your feet a little closer towards one another. Press your feet into the floor. Reach the left leg up. The future version of you likely has determination. So here, even if your hips start sinking down to the floor, feel for holding the determination to keep going, reaching left leg up. Good. Change sides. Lower the left foot down. First, stabilize yourself by pressing through both feet. Then float the right foot up towards the ceiling. Continue to press down through the left foot with determination while you reach up with the right with a sense of freedom and possibility. Even if you're struggling or trembling or collapsing, feel for sticking with it. Lower the right foot down. Press the feet into the floor. Lift hips up a little bit more. Then slowly curl mid back to the floor. Curl your tailbone up. And then lower the low back to the floor. Back release pose. Cross left ankle onto right thigh. And then start to bring the right thigh towards the chest. Here, instead of having to use your arms to pull something towards you, feel for, from the inside, doing the work of having a deep enough breath down to your hips that your hips can slowly open with each breath. So instead of having to force the pose, make it an inside job. Lying down, spinal twist and back release. Lower slowly your arms to the floor out into a T position. And slowly lower your hips over to the right so that the left foot comes down onto the floor. Here, now that you have a whole new set of sensations in your hip, breathe down into your hip. On your exhale, feel for dissipating any energy of wanting to run from feeling. To come out of the pose, bring up the right knee off the floor, and then uncross the left foot. Bring both feet onto the floor to windshield wiper your knees back and forth. And then back release. Cross the right ankle over the left thigh. Pick up the left foot, and then grab onto left shin, left kneecap, or left hamstring. Once again, instead of having to use force with your arms, get a sense of using momentum. The momentum here is gravity and is your breath. So with each breath, you balloon open your right hip. And you'll get a sense when you exhale, as the right hip empties, you can relax the left knee a little closer. Lying down, spinal twist and back release. Bring your arms out into a T position to either side just to support you. Then lower the hips towards the left until the right foot comes to the floor. Continue to wash deep breaths down into your low back. And on your exhale, feel for how you can surrender into this pose a little more. To come out of the pose, press the left ankle into the floor, bring the left knee up off the floor a little bit so that the right foot floats up, and then uncross the foot. Have your hands behind the back of the head. Let's do some elbow to knee. Pick the feet up, activate the feet, knees above hips. Inhale, curl head and shoulders up off the mat. Hold your breath, press the low back down, curl tailbone up. Exhale, reach elbows towards left knee, straighten the right leg forwards at 45 degrees, spread through the toes. Inhale, bend the right knee, head and shoulders back to center. Hold your breath, press the low back down, curl the tailbone up. Exhale, curl elbows towards right knee, straighten left leg forward, spread through the ball of the foot. Pull belly muscles down. Inhale, bend left knee, head and shoulders back to center. Hold your breath, press the low back down, curl the tailbone towards the ceiling. Exhale, rotate your chest towards the left, reach the left shoulder blade off the floor, straighten out the right leg. Pull belly muscles down. Inhale, bend the right knee, head and shoulders back to center. Hold your breath, press the low back down, curl tailbone. Exhale, twist the chest towards the right, keep the right shoulder blade lifted, straighten left leg, and pull belly muscles away from the legs. Inhale, head and shoulders back to center, bend left knee. Hold your breath, press low back down, curl your tailbone up. Exhale, reach elbows towards left knee, straighten the right leg, pull belly muscles down. Inhale, head and shoulders back to center, bend the right knee. Hold your breath, press the low back down, curl tailbone.
Exhale, curl shoulders towards the right knee, straighten left leg, pull belly muscles down towards your spine. Inhale, head and shoulders back to center. Exhale, head down and feet down. Go ahead and roll onto one side. And then slowly sit up. Use one hand to help your head up. Grab your strap and grab a roll. Okay. The pose involves bringing the roll in between the thighs, and then the strap will go in between your arms for flossing. So essentially, when you inhale, you reach the arms up and back. And when you exhale, arms come forwards. Okay, but we're able to maintain this openness in the chest while also maintaining connection and strength in the legs and in the abs. Okay, so roll goes in between thighs. Okay, and then grab your strap. Inhale, feel for reaching strap up and back. Exhale, strap comes forward while you squeeze the roll and tuck your tailbone down. Keep that tuck. Continue to squeeze the roll. Inhale, reach rib cage up, reach arms up and back. Exhale, squeeze the roll, tuck tailbone, reach the arms up and forwards. Activate your feet, spread your toes, squeeze the roll, tuck tailbone, inhale, reach arms up and back. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, lengthen your low back towards the floor. Continue to squeeze the roll between the thighs, reach arms up and forwards. Now, use this next round to figure out which angle your chest feels the most opening at. So for me, it's about right there. Then feel for holding your arms in that position, but instead of letting your shoulders collapse, reach your wrists in the same angle they're at, back away from your shoulders. Exhale, feel for squeezing roll in between thighs, pressing the inner arches of the foot into the floor. Send deep breaths now into your shoulders, now that you've strengthened and you've stabilized your hips. Go ahead and bring the strap out of the pose. Remove your roll, grab your block. Or chair on the wall with a block. Okay, so for this, you're going to come up to the wall with your back on it. Walk the feet forwards, and the block goes in between the shins. And from there, you start to sit the hips down. This is another good pose to start to connect with that sense of determination of becoming the person you're becoming. Once you're in the pose, you can even bring your arms up as a sense of surrender, as a sense of strength, to say, I can even be relaxed in my upper body, and I still got this. And also notice if the position of your hips is both a bit of a challenge and is also sustainable. Because it's one thing to be in a challenging position we cannot sustain, that we put ourselves in. And it's a totally different thing to actually be able to sustain momentum that will get us where we want to go. So make sure you position your hips at a height where you can still sustain your strength. Even now, as things start to build up and maybe get a little shaky, can you get a sense that you could still stick with it? Can you deepen your breath enough that you show that area you're working with, I'm determined to become this person a year from now? Bring your arms down. Go ahead and bring hands to the wall and lift hips up. And bring the block. Okay, downward facing dog, one leg up the wall. Okay, so now you're still in this position. You come into downward facing dog with your heels towards the wall, and then you just reach one leg up the wall. Use this to get a sense of actually having openness in your hips, but at the same time, you press the floor away with your hands, and then you reach up with the right heel. So the ball of the right foot or the toes of the right foot are on the wall, and then you reach up with the heel, so you lengthen the back of the leg. At the same time, continue to press the hands into the floor. Change sides, slowly bring the right foot back down to the floor. Reach the left leg up the wall. Once you get the leg up the wall, tuck the toes or the ball of the foot onto the wall. Slowly start to feel for reaching the heel upwards. Then exhale, feel for pressing the heel of the hands into the floor. Press the knuckles of the hands into the floor. Press your fingers into the floor. Inhale and send a deep breath towards your hips. Exhale, continue to press the ground away with your hands. And feel for rotating the left hip towards the right. You're squaring your hips towards the floor more. Slowly bring the left foot down. From here, go ahead and come on to hands and knees. So once you're in hands and knees, threading the needle pose, and then we're headed to Shavasana. Okay, so reach left arm up, twist open to the left. Exhale, thread left arm underneath the right armpit. Bring the left shoulder and left side of the face onto the floor. For the first few breaths here, feel for inhaling and expanding the back of your upper chest. If you want a challenge for your balance, feel for straightening the right leg backwards, staying on the ball of the foot or on the toes. If you want a little more, you can also feel for lifting the foot off the floor, maintaining your balance. Good. Slowly and controlled, bring the foot back down to the floor if it's up. Bend the right knee if it was bent, if it was straight. And then press the right hand into the floor, reach left arm up towards ceiling. Twist your chest open to the left. Bring left hand down to the floor. Reach the right arm up. Twist the chest open. As you exhale, slide the right hand underneath the shoulder, bringing the right shoulder down. Gently press into the ground with the left hand. Feel what that does for your right shoulder. Now, the same area you chose earlier in class that held the gem that is your future, breathe into that spot now. Stay determined to stay connected to that spot, and if you want, straighten the left leg back, staying on the ball of the foot. Stay connected to your spot if you choose to also lift up in the left leg. So you're able to be in a pose, but you're also actually focused on the inside job. Slowly bring the foot back down to the floor. Bring the knee back in line with the other. Press left hand in the floor, reach the right arm up. And then right hand down onto the floor.
From there, child's pose. Sit your hips back, stretch your arms out, walk your fingertips as forward as they can, and then rest your forehead onto the floor. Here in this pose, send deep breaths into your armpits. As you exhale, feel for relaxing in your armpits. Slowly press the floor away with your hands. Bring torso up. To then straighten out your legs and lay back into Shavasana. Once you're laying on your back, reconnect to the spot that is connected to your future higher self. Open up to getting a sense of who you might be able to become a year from now. What about this future life can you fall in love with? What milestones might this future version of you be able to look back on over this year between then and now and be proud of? What is something you can do today to stay on that path? Now that you feel like you maybe have some greater vision, some clarity, or at least you dedicated time and thought to all of your possibilities. Start to move your hands and your feet. Stretch your body out. Bend your knees, soles of the feet onto the floor, roll onto one side. Press your torso up with a relaxed neck. And then help the head. Okay, thank you for this practice. Thanks for joining me this morning.
That was awesome, Andrew.
I hope you got some insight about the future and You know, even if it's just one little thing, holding that vision.